Cooking with the pros, cooking with the pros.
What's up YouTube? Rathan here. I'm back. I've got Trix, the Trix tank from Team Dignitas. I've got Lasbro from, what are you on now? LG?
Yes.
For now. We're gonna cook some Danish food. These guys have been in the States for quite some time now.
Too long.
And we wanna make them feel at home. And so we're gonna be cooking the Danish national dish, which is, I don't know how to pronounce it.
You wanna say it in Danish?
Yeah, say it in Danish. What is it?
Stikflæsk med persillesauce.
Right, so what that translates into is it is a crispy pork belly with a parsley sauce and potatoes. Usually they're just roasted potatoes, fingerling potatoes. They're very common in Denmark, but we're gonna do my famous mashed potatoes. Laz has had them. I don't know if you've had them.
I've never had them.
Trix hasn't had them, but they asked that I do that instead of the traditional roasted ones. So we're gonna start with the potatoes. They take the most amount of time, so I need a volunteer to peel.
I'll do it.
Okay, Lasber's on the peeling. I mean, Trix and I are gonna cut. Basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna take some Yukon Gold potatoes. Anything with a waxy surface is a good potato for this. And you wanna dice it up into equal sized cubes. That way you don't overcook them. So I'm gonna grab a pot. Laz, you wanna get peeling?
Do you want me to peel them in the single or like down
This is a wet paper towel. Do you know what this is for?
Nope.
All right, so those of you at home who are just getting into cooking, this is the best trick. My mom taught me this when I was a kid. So right now, if I were to try and cut something on this board, what's gonna happen? It's gonna move out, right? Yeah?
Move out.
So what you do is you take your board, lay this out.
Excuse me, sir. Do you want me to peel them in the single one?
Put them in the bin, I brought you the bin. And then, you notice, it doesn't move, right? That's a good trick.
That's actually a good trick to know also
Yeah.
for me when I want to cook at home. That's actually...
#1 causes of accidents in the kitchen are slipping, right? So it's either from having a not sharp knife and you go to cut something, it doesn't quite work and it flips out, or your cutting board moves suddenly, your hands go with it, and you cut yourself. So we don't want to have any of that happen. If for any reason I destroy either of these two guys' hands, I'm gonna be in big trouble with their orgs, and also Hi-Res Cooper will probably shoot me.
These are worth a lot.
So we don't want to do that at all. We're gonna be tossing the potatoes into this pot right here, and I'll just show you how to cut them. Basically, what we want to do is first we're gonna stand it. So you see how it's kind of like it's got like it's round, but it's got like a flat side and then like a long side like that. So we want to stand it up on the long side. We're gonna cut it in half, and then just hold it together. And then what is that, like 8 millimeters?
Right.
Right. And then 8 millimeters on the other side. So you end up with 4 pieces, 2 like this, 2 like this, okay? Then this one, we're gonna cut 1, 2, and then on the long side, 1, 2, 3. So what you get is they're relatively the same size, right? What this means is that all the pieces of the potato are gonna cook evenly.
Potato too.
So a lot of times what people do is they just throw whole potatoes in a pot to make their mash, and what ends up happening is by the time the inside of the potato is cooked, the outside is overcooked, and that's where you get that like grainy kind of shittiness.
So you cook them sliced, okay.
Yeah, so you cut them up. They actually cook quicker that way too. And then for, oh, there you go.
Like this?
You didn't quite get in half, so maybe not. But
You need to see that. You need to show them so they can see like the...
yeah, that's not quite.
It's not quite 50-50, but...
Not exactly. You could probably do like another like 5 millimeters this way, and then just cut like a steak out of the middle of it, if that makes sense. So another thing you could do is
like that?
like right there. So just cut that straight down. So your grip on the knife worries me.
Potato free.
All right. With your
Is it that bad?
with your thumb and forefinger, grab the blade. Right, you get a lot more control.
So we have 2 slices there, then we get 1 more here.
You can, yeah. These will be a little thin, but it's okay.
If it's not cooked evenly, it is my fault.
It's Trix's fault.
I'll take the blame.
So your fingers kind of look like carrots, right? Right? They're very carrot-like.
Yeah.
Fine.
So they chop very easily. So we don't want to have that happen. So if you have, I call it carrots, right? So if you have carrots out like this, that's dangerous. If you have your fingers up like this, right? You can use your knuckle to kind of guide. And as long as the rest of your hand sits behind your middle finger knuckle, you're never gonna cut yourself, right? So I just go boom, 1, 2, 3, and this is a big potato, so I'm gonna go 4.
1, 2.
You got carrots.
Fuck.
Yeah, right?
I'm gonna do 4 as well.
Yep, there you go, perfect. Yeah, you got a big potato too. For the small, flappy, shitty ends, I just go 1 down the middle, and then 1, 2, 3. It doesn't have to be perfect. We just want to get them as close to the same size as we possibly can, because eventually we're just going to mash this. But the closer it is in size, all the pieces, the easier it is to cook it evenly. So I taught Ducky how to make scrambled eggs the way that I make them, and it's a very specific technique. If you guys are watching this, if you cook, it's the same ones that Gordon Ramsay makes, where you kind of take them on and off the heat. But I taught Ducky how to make them, and he goes home and he wants to make them for the lads one morning. And part of the recipe is you need sour cream, right? And what the sour cream does is it cools the eggs down after they're done cooking, so they don't overcook. Well, Ducky, being the wise lad that he is, goes, well, shit, we don't have any sour cream. What's a substitute for sour cream? Looks online, sees that yogurt is listed. Now, Greek yogurt, plain Greek yogurt, no flavoring, is a substitute for sour cream. You can use it just fine. Strawberry flavored Danish yogurt is not a substitute for sour cream. And Ducky dumped a whole 2 canisters into the eggs and then served it to the team. Let's just say they didn't win that week either.
Is this like apples?
No, it just means that they're young or they're new.
But isn't it fine? Like, it doesn't matter.
I can taste them.
Yeah, I mean, it should be okay. I wouldn't. Pretty sure raw potatoes are either poisonous or they give you diarrhea. I can't remember.
I remember eating raw potato when
I like diarrhea. Yeah, it's fresh. It's good. Oh, this is a good potato.
It's still good. It's just it's not fully developed. Try and find a couple of brown ones in there, or the ones that are most brown. Just grab 2 of them, and then that's fine. All right. Only because you told me to.
I'll take the small one.
Yep.
Good job, lads. Good speed there. Good technique, though. The technique.
Like I said, thank God you guys can play Smite, because.
I mean, I have a lot of talents. I'm just trying to hide them, and just, you know, I don't want to embarrass you in your own kitchen. So I'm trying to hold back over here. Yeah. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I appreciate it, especially. I'm waiting for that day where, like, I invite Arkel over, who's like a French-trained classical chef or something like that. It's like, you know, your pommes puree is shit. The second thing is that we want to cook this evenly. So the best way to do that is to bring it up to a boil very slowly, right? Or well, you know, relatively slowly. Right. So what we're gonna do is, if this was boiling and we threw it in, it's the same concept, right? The outside is gonna get cooked really, really quickly.
Right.
And the inside isn't gonna get cooked at all because it's very hot on the outside. It's like 212 degrees Fahrenheit or 100 Celsius on the outside, but the inside's still stone cold because they were either in the fridge or whatever, right? So the inside doesn't get cooked. But if we start at 0 or at room temperature,
then it's gonna get hotter.
It's gonna get hotter and hotter and hotter. It heats the potatoes all the way through, and then when we get to a boil, we actually bring the heat down and simmer them for just a few minutes. So it's a gentle heat versus a very harsh heat, which is boiled potatoes, right? So we're gonna throw that on high. And then, where's the top? Top should be over there on the counter. Toss that on.
Top on.
Boom.
It's gonna boil, and then how long?
8 minutes after it simmers.
8 minutes after?
What we're gonna do is we're gonna do an herb-infused cream. And so what we're gonna start with is, you guys told me you like garlic.
Of course.
So we're gonna basically...
You can put more garlic
Put this one on again.
Garlic isn't gonna make it into the actual dish itself. We're just gonna simmer it in the cream. The cream is gonna go into the potatoes. So we're just gonna take a couple of cloves of garlic, and we're just gonna rough chop them.
I've been moving.
Watch your carrots.
So you can see.
Are you sure you want to? Okay.
Watch your carrots. So put the point on the board and go like this. There you go.
I need to see the chopping technique here from Trix. Can you explain what you're doing, Trix?
Careful with the potatoes, and just put the knife in, and then bang, bang.
Right there.
Bang.
Those ones. You just want to rough chop it. We don't have to. We don't have to do.
I love the cutting technique you're using here, Trix.
All right, into the pot.
It's taken a lot of training. So yeah, into the pot.
Yep. So here's how you get stuff into a pot. Put it into a pile and just slide the knife blade underneath.
I don't. Woo!
Just like that. Boom. There you go.
Oops. It's gonna be fine.
So we're gonna take our thyme.
What's that?
Thyme is an herb.
Thyme.
Thyme is a fresh herb.
Thymian. Oh, it's. Sorry, it's the Danish version.
And we're just gonna toss it in there. Thyme is very, if you break up the leaves and smell it, it's a very fragrant herb. Thyme and rosemary and garlic and all those flavors are very like rich. Like
It tastes nice in itself.
Yep, absolutely. Very rich, like decadent herbs.
Sure.
Actually, I'm just gonna toss a little bit more. I love thyme, so.
Oh, you go ahead.
They're very rich, decadent herbs, and so when you use thyme or garlic or rosemary or something like that with something like a thick, rich mashed potato, right? It just makes it even more tasty. We're gonna grab a couple bay leaves here.
Oh, I love bay leaves.
Stop.
Toss 3 of those in since we're making a triple batch. Usually I just use 1, and then we're gonna chop some shallots.
First you cut off the ends.
Yep. And you can just brush the.
Then you find the peel. Gonna cut it open here. Just make a little whops.
That seems a bit dangerous.
Nope. Just watch your potatoes.
Your carrots.
And then you just peel the skin off, and then it should come off very smoothly. It is shallot, so that means that it's gonna be a little harder to peel. Oh, my eyes now.
He's crying. It was such a beautiful cut of shallot that he's crying. Toss a little salt in there.
It's just.
And then, you okay?
Yeah.
You good?
Oh, it stinks right nice. That's good. Yeah.
And then we're gonna add some heavy cream.
Oh.
And we're just gonna use the whole carton just because
We can.
we can. And also, I don't know how much the potatoes are gonna take. So, and this will reduce down as well as we simmer it. So, take it over here.
How do we simmer it?
We throw it on the, I'm gonna put it on the back burner here. We're gonna turn it on high, and then when it starts to bubble, we're gonna bring the heat back down. What I sometimes do when I make these potatoes, I actually throw in a chopped fresh jalapeno.
Oh yeah,
Just
yeah,
one.
do that.
Jalapeno.
Oh yeah, jalapeno.
Just one.
But not habanero.
Oh.
I can do 1, I can do 2. Two's
fine.
2's fine? Okay.
I never had them fresh. Okay.
So they're a little spicier when they're fresh. So we're just gonna rough chop here. And don't touch your face after doing this, if you guys do this at home.
Don't rub your face, but rub your eyes.
Don't rub anything.
Joking.
And definitely don't go take a piss.
Oh. Yeah. Sounds like you've tried that before. How does
Action.
All right, guys, we're back. I'm here with the man Tricks Tank himself. We're gonna prepare the steak part of the steak place with parsley sauce. This is pork belly. I went out to a local butcher. This is very hard to find in grocery stores. Got a whole pork belly, did some experimenting with it, with about half of it the last 2 days. Saved the rest of it for tonight for the Danish guys. It's been sitting in the freezer for about 45 minutes to an hour to make it easier to cut. But we're gonna cut these into steak flesh sizes. It's basically like a really thick cut piece of bacon. And then we're gonna lay them out on the rack over here. So, first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna open it up.
Should I open this one up?
Yeah, I may actually give you this one just because it's harder. It'll be easier to cut, and I'll use this one. So open it up, just point of the knife on the, find a flat part like over here, right? Hold it, and just drag the tip across. That should open it right up. There you go. Nice.
Good job.
Nice job. All right, and this is pork. We're just gonna put it here. Just remember this has pork juice on it, so we're gonna have to desanitize the counter here. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna find the halfway point just so it's easier to work with.
What now when it's thick over here, should I do like this?
Yeah, just about halfway.
Okay.
Because we're gonna slice basically bacon slices, right? So just go straight down, And you guys can already see, it looks like bacon, right? It's bacon with just the skin still on it. Right, so take your extras and toss them on the plate. Right? And it should be about as long as the blade of your knife. Right? So we can cut full slices off this, right?
Right.
So we're gonna go about 5 millimeters, 7 millimeters thick. Watch your carrots.
Like that?
Yep. Watch your carrots. And we're gonna just cut straight through. All the way down to the bottom. Cut through that skin, it's a little tough. But we get this nice piece of thick cut bacon. Trix tells me they cut it thick in Denmark. I didn't believe him, but that looks pretty good, right? Looks like steak lace?
Pretty good to me.
Yeah, I noticed that you guys actually have like a thicker cut.
Yeah, we have, it's like, it should be like this tall, I think.
Maybe that tall, almost?
Yeah, probably like
It's,
this.
so it's the thicker part of the belly.
Yeah.
But we're gonna make it work anyway.
Oh.
It's okay. Turn the camera. That's good. So it just boiled over a little bit.
Yeah, this is some beautiful pieces. This is what we would say in Denmark is a proper cut right here.
Yep.
So you have a bigger like meat layer.
Yep.
And like the top 2 layers here are two nice fat layers.
Yep.
This is like what I would call, and then you would put it in and then.
Yeah, so you guys probably cut it out of the thicker part of the pork belly.
Yeah.
I got the whole belly, so we can segment that for next time where we use the lower part for something else. We use the upper part for steak flesk.
Steak flesk.
All right, how are we feeling?
Feeling good?
Feeling good?
Yeah. So far, it looks good.
So we got a light simmer going. Give them a quick stir. They're not even close yet.
What about the sauce over here after?
The sauce, we got a little, yeah, it's a bit of a mess. We weren't paying attention to the cream.
Is it still fine?
It's still fine, it'll still work. We lost, we had a bit of a sacrifice down there. But it'll teach me not to pay attention to the cream sauce. So the way I saw to do it is take a couple pieces like this, right? You should probably get some foil for the bottom. Last, can you grab the foil?
I can grab the foil.
So I actually don't mind crowding these a little bit because they shrink quite a bit when they cook. Do you know why we're foiling? Just so the fat doesn't burn. Yeah, we'll get the last bits on here. We've not yet preheated the oven.
Should we do that?
We should in a minute. We're gonna add our seasoning to the cream instead of to the potatoes, the mash later, because we can more tightly control the seasoning on the cream.
I might taste it. Oh.
Yeah, try it. It's hot. It's gonna taste like herby cream. It's not gonna be anything insane.
Wow. That is actually really good.
Yeah?
The spice is perfect.
Is it good? Okay.
The spice is perfect. So good with the jalapeno because it gives it so much taste. I can taste it's very spicy, but when it gets in the potatoes, I think it's gonna be just perfect.
Yeah, they may be a bit spicy, but they'll be good. All right. So remember, I said you take a spoon. Can you flatten it?
Yeah, we can.
All right. Try one more.
This is smart, dirty.
Or you can fend it with your hand. That's
We do
good.
that now, has all the time.
Yeah, these are done. So,
I'm not thinking.
all right, Trix, we gotta move quick.
Right.
So we're gonna strain the potatoes. The potatoes are done now.
Oh my god, they're getting strained, dude.
Give them a little shake, get some of the water out. Then they go right back.
Right back in the sink.
Right back into the sink. Right back onto here. The pot's still hot, right? But they still have a lot of water on them, right? So we're gonna
Shake it, shake it. Shake it, shake it.
shake it up, and that steam that gets released is like drying them off, and it's still it's releasing that water. So your potatoes don't end up watery, and this is what's gonna make them light and fluffy. You guys don't have to use a potato ricer. It just makes life a lot easier. It gets you a consistent potato, which is important for, I don't know, if you want to be fancy, right? So we're just gonna take a couple spoonfuls here, do 3, and you just, oh,
Ooh, look at that.
Work on the biceps.
And basically all it's gonna do is just make sure that we don't get any lumps, or it's less lumpy. In the meantime, I'm gonna strain out our cream. So this has all the goodies in it that we had earlier, and you can just see it's just this like sloppy mess of jalapeno, garlic, shallot, everything else. So Tricks, the reason they said to brush with oil in the videos, all the videos that I watched, was that it allows the heat to evenly distribute over the top versus the fat, which will heat differently than the meat.
All right.
So this is almost like you were frying it, but upside down in a pan, right? So if we were putting this in a pan, we'd put some oil down and then we would put the pork in, right? This time the oil's just on top. All right, so, you ready?
Ready?
I'm just gonna start working this in, you ready? I'm gonna put in half the cream.
And then just start working it?
Just start working it. Try not to splash it everywhere. Try not to get it on our steak place. Potatoes now have this like smooth, creamy consistency, right? But they're still a little thick. They're still sticking pretty well to the spatula. So we're going to add a little bit of butter. Where'd it go? Butter. Always try and use unsalted butter if you can. You can always add salt later. It's tough to take it out.
So the most important thing when you're done cooking is licking off the rest. You never let anything go.
Never let it go. We always try to do it. All right, so first.
Oh, that looks nice. Be careful here. Oh yeah, baby.
Still got a ways to go, but we're gonna get the heat back up here.
Oh.
There's this rim right here.
Like classes.
Oh.
It doesn't do very hard with those.
Look at this right here, boys. Wait.
Lasbra's beautiful parsley mound here.
All of it.
All of it. Just put it all in.
You see I'm putting it in because techniques.
Yep, techniques. Is that enough parsley there, Tricks?
Let me
The parsley sauce?
It looks like it should be enough, yeah. That looks beautiful.
Does that look about right, or do you usually have more or less?
No, that looks perfect. That actually looks
Perfect? Excellent.
you can see the green bits everywhere, but it's not too green. I think it looks perfect.
Does it make you feel at home?
Honestly, everything looks way more authentic and like as the Danish dish than I thought. I thought the pork belly would probably be a little bit different, but it looks actually pretty similar. So excited.
Awesome.
Excited for dinner.
What do you think, Freya? Freya, you excited for dinner? Yep. All right, guys. What's the consensus? How do we do? Do we make you feel at home?
Yeah.
It's insane. This is so good.
I think it was pretty spot on. Salt spot on. The pork belly spot on. Obviously, we don't usually get mashed potatoes, but I would say that's an even better twist to the dish. So I give it a 10 out of 10. And tack for mal.
Tack for Mel.
Tack for Mel.
10 out of 10.
Yeah, I agree. 10 out of 10.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us on this awesome culinary adventure with the 3/4 of the Danish Smite players.
Danish Dynamite.
The Danish Dynamite.
Danish Dynamite. Get better.
Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please leave comments below. Definitely subscribe. Follow me on Twitch, all that good stuff. We're gonna keep doing these. We'll try and grab the British guys for fish and chips or whatever those guys eat. And hopefully this made you guys feel a little bit more at home and reminded you of Denmark.
Sure.
And was it at least almost as good as the way you've had it back home?
Probably better, right?
Probably better.
I would honestly say better. I'm not even joking. It's not to make you happy either, because I would love to not make you happy. So I'm actually
Just start talking about my Smite play. I'll get depressed.
It's really, really good. I thought it was spot on.
Awesome, great.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear it. I want my Danish flag to hang up in the stream room now.
Sure.
Yes, do it.
All right,
You're allowed.
thanks guys. We'll see you on the next one.